Hey guys, what's up? It's FairOPShotgun, back with another video. And today, I'll be teaching you guys the basics of HTML. Alright, so we are going to make a new file here in VS Code, and we're going to call it basics.html. Now that we've made our basics.html file, we can go into our file explorer and double click on the file, and it'll bring us to the web page that we have created. The first thing I want to talk to you about is tags. Tags in HTML are text inside of brackets. So say you type mouse and you close it, that's a tag. This is called an opening tag, and this is the closing tag. As you can see, the closing tag has a slash before the text, while the opening tag only has a text with two brackets. So if we were to make a tag called mousepad, we would put mousepad in between the two brackets, and we have an opening and a closing tag. Now I want to talk to you about attributes. Attributes are what you can assign to tags. Say if we have the tag window, I could make an attribute of the window called length. To make the attribute, I would put length, equal sign, and quotation marks. If we were to add another attribute, say width, we would simply just put width, equal sign, quotation marks, and type in our width. What if we wanted to make an attribute of distance? Well, we would just put distance equals quotation marks. That's an attribute. Now that you know the two basic things of HTML, we will start actually learning about HTML code. The first tag I want to teach you is called the P tag. The P tag is simply P in between two brackets. This is the opening P tag, and this is the closing P tag. And the text you put in between the opening and the closing P tags will show as a paragraph on the website. Say we put hello. This is my first paragraph. And you click Command S, because I'm on a Mac, and you reload the web page. You'll see that the text, hello is my first paragraph, appeared. Now the second basic HTML tag I want to teach you is the header tag. The header tag comes in many different forms, 1 to 6 actually. As you can see here, 1 is the largest one, and H6 is the smallest header. And the functionality of these headers are very similar to the paragraph tags. The text you put inside of the opening tag and the closing tag is the text it's going to show on screen. So to signify that the H1 is the largest one, we will put largest header. And to signify the H6 is the smallest one, we will put smallest header. We'll reload this page. You'll see it's the largest header and the smallest header. The next thing I want to teach you is the A tag. The A tag is how you create links. Whatever you put inside of the opening and the closing tag, right in between, is a text it will show. So we're simply just going to put link. Now if we save this and we reload, we will see there's a link, but you can't click it, it brings you to nothing. That's where HTML attributes come in. An HTML attribute is text that goes inside the opening tag, and the format of it is attribute name, equal sign, double quotation mark. In order to make a link clickable, we need to add an href HTML attribute. Href, name of the attribute, equal sign, quotation marks. That's the href attribute. Here, inside the href, you can put whatever link you want. You can put google.com, and clicking on this link will bring you to google.com. But for the sake of this tutorial, we will link it to linked.html, which is our webpage right here. Reload. Now you see it's clickable. If we click it, it'll bring us to you have changed pages, and we will go to link.html. Now say you wanted the link, instead of being on the same page, you wanted to open a new page. We would add another HTML attribute called target and put underscore blank inside of the target attribute. Reload the page, click on link, it opens a new tab and has our old basics.html here and link.html here. The next thing I'm going to teach you is called buttons. Buttons are a main component to websites and are used in basically every single web page you go on. In order to make a button, you simply create a button tag. With the text in between the opening and closing button tags is going to be the text that it shows. Inside of the button, we have the text subscribe to FairOPShotgun, which you should do right now. Ring the bell also. Refresh. you can see that there's a button now that says subscribe to FairOPShotgun. This button clicks to nowhere. So what we have to do is turn the button into a link. We have to Control X this entire thing, make a new A tag, which is a link tag, and paste the button inside of the A tag. Then, as we did before, we can copy this exact same code, paste it into here, and now we have a button that's embedded into a link. And refresh. Our button doesn't change, but there's an imaginary link that's around the button. If we click in the button, a new page because of target blank, and brings us to linked.html. The next thing I'll be teaching you guys is how to make images. To make an image, you'd use img without a closing tag. In an img, there are multiple HTML attributes you would have to go for. The first HTML attribute would be at source, or src. This is where you would get your photos. You could put in your link for your photo here. I have added logo.png into this folder where now I can source it from logo.png. If we reload the page, we should see that there's an image with my logo. That logo is a bit large, so what we can do is we can add another HTML attribute called a width and set that equal to only 100 pixels. The height will automatically scale with the width, and vice versa. This is all for the HTML basics tutorial. We will be doing more in-depth HTML tutorials in the future, so subscribe to see those.